It's Rich Tehrani. We're here at CTIA 2010 in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching. We're going to be speaking today with John Doyle, who is the CEO of Benetel. John, how are you?
Good, thank you. Good afternoon.
So tell me a little bit about your company, please.
Benetel is a wireless product design company, and also we manufacture the test systems that are used for design validation and manufacturing test of wireless products.
Excellent. Now I know you have something new at this show, a new announcement. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we've announced today jointly with Rohde & Schwarz of Munich that we've a manufacturing test system for femto base stations, which is a high volume test system which tests 4 base stations in parallel and helps femto base station manufacturers meet the volume requirements of this product area.
So what type of problems has it helped them with, your customers?
It's achieving volume. The requirements of our customers are to achieve volumes in the region of like 100,000 units per month, and that level of throughput is quite high for an infrastructure product, a base station product. So in our test system we do device programming, then RF functional testing and calibration, and then the final functional test, and we can do that with a number of units tested in parallel, which helps address meeting those high volume requirements.
So are you hammering them with traffic basically to see how they absorb it?
There are multiple activities that run in parallel. So for example, transmitter testing can be executed on one unit, and in parallel receiver testing on another unit, while device programming is undertaken on 3rd and 4th units, for example. So it's maximizing the usage of the resources in the test system. So.
Is femto really ramping right now?
Yes, it is. We have systems deployed in the US, in China, and elsewhere around the world. So we see the volume taking off as we see the number of test systems that are required by the OEMs for these products.
So are there any areas of the world that are really ramping faster than others, or is it just slowly but surely across the world?
I think it's slowly but surely. We tend to find that OEMs will manufacture close to their home base at first, and then as the volumes increase, we'll move the manufacturing towards lower cost manufacturing countries.
Seems like a tremendous opportunity to offload a lot of that traffic, right, that the carriers have to deal with.
Yes, it's. I think as far as we're aware, the first company that have done the test systems where we have actually 4 products running in parallel, and that seems to be addressing the needs that manufacturers have for higher volumes coming out. And as you say, the carriers are looking for products to move high data rates off their existing macro networks, so that they can bring, for example, new features, continue to evolve, new features such as LTE into service.
Seems like the pico cell market's been quiet. I haven't heard much about that space in a while.
Yes, it was originally there before femtos were spoken about. But then there are enterprise applications where pico is making a comeback. So in the business environment, so we see some activity among some of the OEMs in developing products for that market area.
So maybe if femto takes off, then pico might as well.
I think the pico is like a higher powered version of the femto, or we saw femto as a lower powered version of the pico. So in some cases where femtos are being deployed, there are interests in moving to higher power applications.
So what are you seeing next in the market? What's the big thing in the next few years?
The LTE is very popular, so that's moving to more data at higher data rates. So on the cellular networks, that's LTE. Then there are also using ultra-wideband technologies, methods of distributing much higher data rates in shorter spaces. So that would be gigabits of data we'll say in building or home environments. So that's actually further out, but is predicted to become predicted to become popular in the coming years. There are standards already in place, for example, with ECMA, and there's an IEEE 802.15.3. It's a .3c standard, which is finalized. So that will enable very high data rate streaming in very short areas. So that's beyond.
Right.
Yeah.
And what can we expect next from your company?
We're growing our test system market, so that we'll be working more closely with companies in the US, and we will continue to work on the new wireless standards as they emerge, and to have test systems in place as are required for ramp up on new wireless standards. So LTE is an important item on our roadmap.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the program today.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's really great to meet you.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.